Kwa jina langu naitwa Jacinta Nyango, Mama Kennedy Nyango. Yule kijana wa 12 years aliwawa hakuwa na hatia. Kijana aliendea kitabu ili aendelea kusoma. Kijana wangu alikuwa artist, alikuwa anachora, hata angekuwa hapa vile mmekaa hapa, anachora na kila mtu na kala yenye alifaa. Hiyo ndio ilikuwa nini yake, lakini walimuua. Kwa saa hii wameacha bila mtoto, nimebaki na watoto wale ni wagonjwa. Ndio maana umeona nikisikia huyu mama anaongea nimeumia sana. Hata mngekuja kwangu nyinyi wenyewe mungeumia, mungelia kama mimi. Niko na watoto wawili wako na sickle cell anemia. Hata saa hii msichana haendi shule. Kwa hivyo ni mwenye nilikuwa nasomesha nikiwa nimeweka kila kitu juu yake ni Kennedy Onyango. Chenye inaniuma, kaunti yangu ni Homa Bay. Mnaona vile Ng'ondowere alikufa, vile wamama walishughulika. Naongea tu kwanza kuhusu wamama. Gladys Wanga, Bensouda, Millie Odhiambo walishughulika haraka na kila kitu kafanyika. Lakini Kennedy alikuwa mtoto mdogo. Hata hakuwa amefanyia mtu makosa. Hajawahi tusi hata mtu. Alikuwa tulifia. Lakini hawakushughulika, hakuna mwenye alishughulika, hakuna mwenye aliniangalia, hakuna mwenye alinipigia simu. Isipokuwa ni Orengo alikuja kwangu. Orengo pia alikuja kwangu. Na sasa alitenga. Ni kama ameingia kwa hii group ya kutenga. Aliniambia yeye na rais, yeye na baba watashikana na watametoa mtoto wangu apate haki. Hakuna. Hata hajairu, hata nimetuma message mara mingi, hajaijibu. Hata nikituma tu hajanisalimia, hajui kama nipo, kama nilipoteza. Na hata huyu rais jameni, kwa nini alitenga mtoto wangu? Nilipigiwa simu na Itumbi Dennis, akaniambia rais anataka kuongea na mimi, lakini kwa nini alitenga? Aliniambia Mama Kennedy nitakuita. Hadi leo hajaniita. Sijui alikuwa amepreshiwa, sijui ni nini ilimfanya. Mpaka leo hajainiita. Na naona anafanya mambo zake, anaendelea na maisha yake. Ni vile sina uwezo, na hata yeye sina mtu wa kunishika mkono. Inaumia. Si rahisi. Wamama tunapitia hali ngumu sana. Naomba serikali, uwezi ukaturudisha watoto wetu juu ni sawa wachukua, lakini tafadhali tuite kama wamama, angalau tukue na hiyo ndio miletu. Akituita hivi kama wamama wale walipoteza watoto, afadhali. Juu hata hao maskari hawatakubali. Kenya ni Kenya, na tuko hapa Kenya na tumezaliwa Kenya na watoto wetu tunawazaa Kenya. Tunajua shida ya Kenya, hakuna ukweli itatendeka. Yafanye tu saidi yake kama rais. Angalau tutakuwa na amani kidogo. Hata watoto wetu watapumzika. Hawezi pumzika leo nalia, kesho nalia, mtoto hawezi pumzika. Hiyo ndio tunaomba. Na mtu yoyote anaweza nishika mkono, hata mimi nimekwama na watoto wawili na wako wagonjwa. Naomba tu jameni. Huyo Kennedy alikuwa kila kitu, sio maji, sio nini. Mimi sasa hivi nimebaki hivi, sina kazi. Imagine wakina Hussein wanaweza sema na waomba hadi pesa ya dawa, na wapige simu tafadhali leo nitumie 100 ninunue dawa.
So we'll just read the statements. After that, the families will be open to taking questions, and they will respond as they feel. That will be off cuff, not written in a statement, but we will then give it. I hope that's okay, and we can proceed now. Good morning, fellow Kenyans. My name is Janja Maina, an advocate of the High Court of Kenya, and here specifically standing in solidarity with the families and friends of those who lost their lives in the demonstrations held on 25th June 2024, popularly branded the Gen Z Maandamano end of the revolution. In light of the tragedy that befell our comrades, our beloved patriots and their families, we have vowed not to easily wish away the tragic happenings of June 25th, 2024. It is in this spirit of remembrance that we, in full observance of our country's law, issued a notice to the relevant authorities on 13th June 2025 of our intention to hold a peaceful prayer meeting, assembly, and march on 25th June 2025. Despite having camped at the Kenya Police Service offices, specifically at the Central Police Station for a whole day, the same was not officially acknowledged by those who hold the offices there. Our spirit not relenting, we continued to push for acknowledgement of the said notification, and although not in the way envisioned and not in conventional means, we finally received confirmation of receipt from the Regional Police Commander, Mr. Seda, on 18th June 2025 via a press briefing he issued that night. Proceeding on with the statement, as the families of the young Kenyans who were brutally and unlawfully killed by police during the Gen Z protests last year, we issue this statement with heavy hearts, but with unwavering resolve. We appreciate that the police, through the Nairobi Regional Police Commander, have publicly confirmed the receipt of our notification of a peaceful protest in commemoration of our children, friends, and relatives that will be held on Wednesday, 25th June. This day will not only mark the memory of our murdered sons and daughters, but it will also be a bold public stand against the continued impunity of those who took their lives. It is a call for truth, a cry for justice, and a sacred act of collective remembrance by those left behind to pick up the shattered pieces of our lives. Our children, our friends, our brothers, our sisters were not criminals, and most certainly were not prisoners. They were not armed and did not pose any threat to national security. They were young citizens exercising their constitutional right to assemble, protest, and demand for better, fairer, freer, and a more equal life. They were hopeful, they were courageous, they were. However, the state met their voices and their dreams. What was supposed to be a peaceful protest became a scene of terror. Mothers received phone calls that they never expected. Fathers and brothers identified bodies in mobs when they should have been welcoming their children. Some of these families still live with unanswered questions. Some have never received any explanation from the authorities to date. This being the state of affairs, all of us as Kenyans live with trauma that the state has refused to acknowledge, much less repair the damage that is occasioned as a result of that. This is why on Wednesday, 25th June, we will work together as families, as Kenyans, as brothers, as citizens, as a nation in mourning, but also in pursuit of justice. This will be a peaceful protest, assembly, march, and gathering grounded in love and memory and not in hate. We are urging all Kenyans who will join us to remain peaceful, disciplined, and united, even as we demand answers. Let this not be mistaken. Our grief gives us strength, our tears give us clarity, and we will not accept anything less than justice for our children. We will not retreat until the truth is told and those responsible are held accountable. We issue this urgent and sincere caution to politicians across the country. Do not send your goons. If you choose to send your goons, send your goons in peace, as we also recognize that they are. We pray and we ask that you do not hijack this. This day belongs to the families who have buried their children and not to political opportunities. We have seen how easily paid cards are used to infiltrate and disrupt this act. We will not allow them to take advantage of our grief to be manipulated for personal or political. Respect our pain. Stand with us or stay away. To the National Police Service and other security agencies, we are putting you on notice. This is a lawful and peaceful procession. We expect your cooperation, professionalism, and restraint. Any attempt to criminalize our mourning or to respond to our peaceful gathering with violence will only deepen the national dispute. Kenya and the rest of the world is watching. As part of our commemoration, we will be holding interfaith prayers and laying flowers at key locations in Nairobi, also accompanied by candlelight ceremonies, where some of our children were shot. These include sites where their bloods were stained along pavements and where the final breaths were taken, not in hospitals, but on the streets of their own. We will then proceed to deliver a memorandum to Parliament and to the office. This memorandum shall not be a request. It is an unequivocal a demand for justice that is law, a demand for action, and a demand for action on ground and not just by words. A demand for human dignity, which our children were denied.